I have always been obsessed with Prue from the Great British Baking Show because she always has different frames that have different colors and unique personalities. So I really am excited to have this second pair, and it's the first collaboration and paid sponsorship I've ever had on Bookmarks and Breadsticks. So thank you so much ZINFF Optical for this partnership, and I'm so excited to have a pair of glasses. As you guys know, I've been on YouTube for over a year and a half, and you always see me with glasses on, and I'm always paying for new frames. ZINFF is a professional online optical eyewear store with friendly exchange and return policy, offering a wide range of frames and lenses at affordable prices, yet high quality. They believe in the customer first, and they always apply this philosophy to their work. I'm so thankful to have this new pair of glasses that ZINFF sent to me. Not only do they have my prescription built in, they also have a layer to help block blue light. So thank you again, ZINFF, for not only providing these wonderful glasses, but for supporting my channel. Again, I will link all of their information down below in the description. So it is the end of January. Let's get into what I read this month. So I have read 7 books this month, and by the time this video goes up, I will have read 8. So a couple of these books I listen to as audiobooks, so I don't have the physical books with me, or they're wrapped up on my Unwrapped TBR. So first of the month, I actually was listening to an audiobook from NetGalley, called Eating to Extinction, The World's Rarest Foods and Why We Need to Save Them by Dan Saladino. I did a full review of this book, and you can find it in the cards or the description down below if you want to learn more about it. But essentially, this is the world of food and rare items, foods, and crops that are going extinct, what we can do to save them and why they're important. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, but please go watch that full review. And again, I will link that in the cards and down below. Another book I've already reviewed this month that has its own separate video is one of the only fiction books I read this year, Don't Fall in Love by Jackie Lau. This was also a finished copy arc sent to me by Penguin Random House. Thank you so much. This was like a really great month, excuse me guys, for arcs and early releases. So please help me out by clicking on that video as well to let the publisher know that they should send me more books because you love what I'm reviewing. Don't Fall in Love is a romantic comedy with donuts at the focus. You have a Toronto but famous actor whose newest movie has flopped, and he's also grieving the loss of his mom, who he's lost in the past 6 months, and with that you have the protagonist who owns the donut shop, and she lost her father many years ago but has not yet really recovered or learned how to let people in because she fears losing someone that she loves a second time. Third book this month was an audiobook. I actually listened to Gordon Ramsay's autobiography called Humble Pie, which Gordon Ramsay actually narrates himself. This was a 3-hour audiobook, and it was wonderful to listen to. I think a lot of people know Gordon Ramsay from his Hell's Kitchen days, but it was really nice to learn about him when he was a full-time chef and what his childhood was like growing up, and I have a lot of respect for him now because of it. There's a reason I was learning about Gordon Ramsay, but I will reveal that project at a later date. Next up, For All the Tea in China, Espionage, Empire, and the Secret Formula of the World's Favorite Drink by Sarah Rose. This was a really fun audiobook to listen to. Essentially, it is all about how the British Empire, through, the different trade companies, essentially, it's espionage. They stole native tea plants to bring it to their colonies and the land that they were occupying in India to try and bring tea to the British Empire. And it was really interesting to learn about the differences between green teas and black teas, and that kind of espionage like you would not get away with in this day and age. Let me read the description for you for All the Tea in China. In 1848, the British East India Company, having lost its monopoly on the tea trade, engaged Robert Fortune, a Scottish gardener, botanist, and plant hunter, to make a clandestine trip to interior of China, territory forbidden to foreigners. Wow, I can read. I'm so sorry, guys. To steal the closely guarded secrets of tea horticulture and manufacturing. For All the Tea in China is a remarkable account of Fortune's journey into China, the thrilling narrative that combines history, geography, botany, natural science, and old-fashioned adventure. Disguised in Mandarin robes, Fortune ventured deep into the country, confronting pirates, hostile climate, and his own untrustworthy men as he made his way to the epicenter of tea production, the remote Wu Yishan Hills. One of the most daring acts in corporate espionage in history, Fortune's pursuit of China's ancient tea-making secrets for a classic 19th century adventure tale. It's one of which the fate of the empire hinges on the feats of one extraordinary man. So it is a wonderful adventure. Like, these are the books I wish Discover Channel would make into dramatic tellings of the stories, because I just think it's so fascinating. Now, I will admit, some of the practices Foster had back in the day were not great. Hi, so Editing Kim here. It has been brought to my attention, and also looking at my footage, I am about to refer to a man as a Chinaman. And that is now a strongly discouraged word that is considered an ethnic slur that takes on racist connotations. So sorry. In the book, they call it a Chinaman's head, Chinaman's hair. So that's where I'm pulling the terminology from, but I can do better, and I'm learning. So sorry about that. Now it would be better to phrase that they sewed some China man's...
Don't eat my chicken. Stop.
Dan is off camera fighting my cat right now. So they found a man's ponytail and sewed it to David Foster's head, and that man was from China. So I should not use the word Chinaman going forward. Sorry about that. So they say he dressed in Mandarin robes. Well, he actually had a Chinaman's hair sewn to his head so that he would look the part of a Chinaman. And they were just like, yeah, we found this guy. Like, they would not tell him where this hair came from. They were like, some man does not need this hair anymore, and we're going to sew this ponytail to your head. Which I don't know if that means that they beheaded the poor guy, but it was, that shit wouldn't fly now, to be honest. But it was a really good adventure story, and I was just very excited because he's not a businessman, he's a botanist, and all he wants is to make tea, really. And his wife handled like the finances and the purse strings behind this adventure and was like, we can be apart for years, I don't care, go get the tea. You learn about some of the original green tea practices, that the green tea was essentially poisoned to look green because the Chinese people thought the British people wanted their tea to look green. And Foster's like, no, don't poison us. It was a really fun story. I listened to it as an audiobook because I know I own the book, but it is on my Wrapped TBR somewhere, and I really wanted to read it. So hopefully if I unwrap that book later in the year, I'll just go, yay, I already read it. So I am checking that towards my initiative of finishing my Wrapped TBR. Speaking of my Wrapped TBR, I read Banana, The Fate of the Fruit That Changed the World by Dan Koeppel as part of my Unwrapped TBR initiative. This is quite literally the history, the manufacturing, and the world of bananas. And I have a full review, a full vlog, of this book as well, linked above and below. I really hope you guys check this out. Let me know how you feel about the Unwrapped Book Initiative. I'm trying to get rid of my physical TBR, which is well 200 books deep. So I'm really trying to buy less new books and really focus on what exists and what I already own. This was a delight to read. And if you're interested about the Cavendish banana that we know and love, and the fun fact that it's a different banana than what your parents grew up eating. And also the future of this banana might go extinct in 10 to 15 years. Really fun book, and highly, highly recommend. Another book I have upstairs that I read is the next volume in After the Rain. This is volume 3 of a manga, and it is about a high school protagonist who has recovered from an Achilles tendon injury, but has not gone back to running, and she's found solace in a family-style restaurant where she works, and she has a crush on the manager who is well into his 40s and is a divorcee and a writer. And it's just a lovely slice of life kind of story. I loved the anime, and I'm very excited to own the series, so I was very excited to get through volume 3 this month. Another book I read this month, which is a new release, I believe was it 2020, late 2021? I'm sorry, give me one sec, let me check. This book is For the Love of Beef, The Good, the Bad, and the Future of America's Favorite Beef by Scott Lively. And this came out in 2021. Let me hold that up as you can see it. It is for beef lovers, but also people who are beef curious and want to learn more. We don't eat beef to stay alive, we eat it to feel alive. For the Love of Beef has the answers to the questions you never knew you had about your favorite meat. Written by one of the foremost authorities of the beef industry. Whether you're a budget-minded consumer or would-be connoisseur, you'll never look at beef the same way again. And this pocket guide is really a perfect way to describe it. It goes through understanding all of those different labels you see on your meat, whether it's organic, antibiotic-free, grass-fed, free range. He goes into all of this. And who is Scott Lively? Scott Lively owns the biggest... Who is Scott Lively? Scott Lively is the president of Raise American. He's an organic food entrepreneur and an absolute beef freak. He left a successful career in the IT industry to co-found what is now the largest organic beef company in the United States. So this is a guy who loves beef, is all about beef, and will teach you the ins and outs. I thought the most important thing I learned from this book is the fact that the country of origin label is not required on beef and poultry. So while a food might be considered made in the USA, if the beef is imported over from Chile and then processed in the United States, they get to put made in the US on that label when the meat the livestock was not raised in the country. And I find that very interesting. The United States is one of the only countries that does not put that country of origin stamp on their food. So be careful where you're buying your meat from. It really already changed the way I eat, and I thought I was eating sustainably and locally. Now I understand. Now I understand a lot more the world of those different labels, and now I want to push even farther to be more careful about knowing the origin of where my meat is coming from. And the final book that I am almost done with is Epicurean Delight, The Life and Times of James Beard. Now this is the 1991 James Beard Award-winning book for food writing and is part of my James Beard Food Initiative. If you don't know about the initiative, my goal is to read every book that has been awarded the James Beard Award in Excellence for Food Writing. I'm starting with the first winner in 1991, which is this biography essentially of James Beard. I am only 10 pages into this book, and it looks big, but it's got big letters and it's got a big font, and it's 200 pages. I'm also vlogging the experience, so you will probably see that video up after this wrap up. But I know I'm going to finish it before February 1st, because I have the whole weekend to finish it. So that's my wrap up of books I've read and almost finished reading in the month of January. Again, a lot of the longer form reviews for these books are linked in the cards above and down below, and I really, really hope you'll go check them out and help my channel. And thank you again, ZINFF, for being a sponsor. For the first time, a sponsored video on my channel. I'm so excited. Thank you for these awesome frames. It's so nice to have a frame set that's traditional and black, and now have some funkier pairs in my repertoire is so much fun. And if you're interested in getting 50% off your frames, please use the link down below, and I'll put my discount code here. And thanks so much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Before you go, I wanted to let you guys know I am still crowdfunding for Read It and Eat. I am working to raise funds to launch not only a in-person and / virtual book club, but also helping to expand my business to bring you more boxes more often. Read It and Eat is a foodie bookish subscription box on a mission to fight hunger and support small businesses. I hope you'll consider donating, and I'll have in the description, I'll have a link down below. Any dollar amount will help, or you can help highlight and spread the word by sharing it across social media. And I hope you guys continue donating and continue supporting all of my bookish adventures here on Bookmarks and Breadsticks. I'll see you soon. Bye.